Hello Gemini, this is your September forecast. This month there'll be a focus around your home, your networking, your creative energies and your relationships. So let's start out with the 2nd of September when we've got Mercury, planet of communications, changing signs and going into your 5th house. And the 5th house is all about children, bringing out the child within you. This will be a wonderful time to do anything connected with children. It's also a great time to start promoting a business or an idea, because Mercury is good at marketing and because Mercury is direct this month. For those of you who are self-employed, this will be a great time to communicate your message. Maybe you're going to do some videos, some blogs, some writing. Maybe you're going to start an online business to earn yourself a little bit of passive income on the side. This Mercury energy is going to help you do that. And for the first few days of the month, we've got Venus still in your 3rd house here with Jupiter. And so Venus there, this is really good for connecting with people, doing something socially, meeting up with a friend for a chat. And also good for your networks, connecting with people of like mind. Really important, Geminis, because yes, your sign ruled by Mercury, so the mind is really important to you. This is certainly going to be a year of expanding your mind, but with Venus there, very important that you connect with networks of people who are on your wavelength, Geminis. You really need that. People who are not on your wavelength are probably going to kind of disappear along the wayside. And on the 9th of the month, the 5th of the month, then we have Venus coming to join the Sun in your 4th house. And this is a month of focusing on your security, what makes you feel stable, what makes you feel good, having nice surroundings about you. Maybe you can paint something and put a painting up of yours. Maybe you can do something creative, just a new cushion cover or something that makes your environment feel uplifting. It's about uplifting that environment, no matter how small it is, no matter what it's like, but just that you feel that sense of comfort. Create a feeling of comfort around you. We can do that with the very small amount of money. It doesn't take money to do it. It's more improvising and being creative. On the 9th of the month, we have got a full moon here in Pisces. And the full moon here in Pisces is shining a light for you, Geminis, on your career direction, your work. With Neptune there, is there something you're missing? Is there something you've not seen? Is somebody maybe not telling you the truth, maybe leading you on and saying, yes, things are going to get better and we'll promote you, or things are going to happen, or we'll take the contract and the deal is going to come through, don't worry about it, we'll give you your money back. What's going on there that you've not been seeing? Because the full moon illuminates an area, maybe that you've put under the carpet, and it shines a light on it. Of course, if you're doing what you enjoy and what you love, the full moon and Neptune there can bring you some of your dreams. And it would be a good time to dream about what it is that you would love to create in the world. What do you want to do that's your special contribution? And it doesn't mean, if you're a private person, that you have to be out there and doing videos. You can still contribute in very quiet ways. Lots of people really do it that way as well. But what can you do where you feel this sense of connection to people? The full moon in Pisces is about connecting, not seeing boundaries, not seeing all these kind of square boxes that we put, like with countries, all the boundaries that we're seeing. You know, this is my land. No, it's not. Who says? Where did all that come from? This is about seeing that in your life. Where have you got too many boundaries that are limiting you, especially as far as your career direction is concerned? Now on the 13th of the month, first week of the month, we have got a conjunction here of Mars and Saturn in your 6th house of work. And they're very opposite energies, Saturn and Mars. If you can think about Saturn as wanting structure, going slowly, being patient, and Mars just the opposite, very impatient, wanting excitement, and doesn't want to hang around creating lots of structures. It wants to go on to the next excitement. What this is showing me here is that be aware, be careful, Geminis, of being too busy. Busy doing this and that and the other. No. Saturn won't allow you to do that. Saturn will probably force you to doing one thing at a time, but doing it really well. And that's going to be the benefit of this energy. If you try and do too many things, you're going to scatter your energies, and Geminis, you've got a tendency to do that anyway, but you can, with this aspect in the first week of the month, really focus and accomplish a lot and feel that sense of achievement and productivity. And on the 13th of the month, we've got Mars going into your 7th house of relationship. So Mars in this 7th house of relationship, it's time to go for what you want in a relationship, to be more assertive, not to be a shrinking violet, but to speak up for yourself, to say what it is that you need. If you like somebody, tell them you like them. If you're annoyed with somebody and they've done something and you really feel as though you need to express it or say how that made you feel, it's going to come out with that Mars energy. But it's certainly a good time for being very proactive, meeting people. If you want to meet a partner, well, you might be under the best aspects in your chart for meeting somebody, but if you're not actually out there and available, making yourself available, well, these aspects can pass you by. But this is about being proactive. For those of you looking for a relationship, be proactive, go after it. On the 14th of the month, we've got a lovely trine happening. Trine's going blue between Venus and Pluto here. So this is a powerful possibility of something connected with home. Could be something to do with an inheritance happening. Somebody powerful helping you financially. Somebody that you get drawn to in your maybe somebody from your ancestry, even from your past, who kind of draws back into your life in some way. And it's a trine, so it's a powerful aspect. It could be a powerful understanding of a past relationship. On the 23rd of the month, we have got pretty much everything in this last week of the month going into the 5th house of creativity. The sun goes there. On the 24th of the month, we've got a lovely new moon coming into Libra. And on the 29th of the month, we've also got Venus, planet of romance, coming into this 5th house of creative energy. Gemini, if ever there was a month to do something that brings the child out from within you. So many Geminis are children, aren't they? I mean, so many of you look much younger than your years, typical of Geminis. And this is new beginnings in your creative energies. Doing something that you love. It could be sports, it could be playing with children, it could be doing something, writing children's stories. Many of you have got a lot of writing ability. Time to write during this period. Also a good time for romance, especially at the end of the month. This Venus, new beginnings, a new romance. And it could be a romance with yourself. Doesn't have to be with another person. You can do something nice for yourself. But this is about taking pleasures in life, the enjoyment in life, and that's going to be extra boosted because for the last 10 days of the month we've got this lovely trine. Uranus and Jupiter are trining each other. They're happy, and Uranus is planet of surprises, new things, and Jupiter is bringing you lots of them. This could be lots of new friends, new acquaintances, new opportunities to be out in the world. It's also a wonderful time for networking, new people, new connections. Maybe it's time to really surf the net more, Geminis. There's some amazing connections out there that could be really beneficial to you. Yes, I know, we've still got the square going on between Pluto and Uranus, and this is very much going to be a theme into next year as well, but it's about looking, where are you limiting yourself? Where are you holding yourself back? And where can you free yourself? And it's finding the balance. It's not about being Uranian and being just rash and impulsive and not thinking about the consequences, like just leaving your job with nothing else to go to and no savings. But at the same time, it's about liberating yourself from your own limiting thoughts. If you say it about yourself, it's going to be true. So think about how you can liberate your thinking, and that too is going to help you through that difficult aspect while everything else is so beneficial that's happening for this month. So there you have it, dear Geminis. I wish you a great month. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, sharing, and I'd love to hear from you if you'd like to have a personal reading, and I'll take an in-depth look at your chart and how these aspects are going to affect you personally. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.